Hello everybody and welcome to my vlog, my first vlog in a long time, if not ever. I don't remember doing one in the past. I don't know. Let's get on with this. Alright, so what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about all of Halo 4 for me, my teams, what's been going on at each event, AGL, Halo 4 Global Championship, all of that. I'm going to give you my take on it, all my teams, everything really. So to start off with Halo 4, before Halo 4, it was Halo Reach. We went to AGL with me, Ninja, two other people, I think Sniped Down and Blaze or something. We ended up like getting second or something. I don't know. Sniped Down and somebody else. Sniped Down went on to Ambush. Blaze ended up stopping playing Halo for a bit. Don't know what he ended up doing. So yeah, I wanted to team with Ninja again. He was a really cool person at AGL. He had a lot of respect for me. I had a lot of respect for him for what he did. And we were just good friends back in AGL. Back in Halo Reach. Coming into the next event, which is Dallas, we weren't really sure what we were going to do. I got offered a spot by Goofy and Legit because we always wanted a team, and we just never got the chance. I always got offered a better spot. I'm not going to say that they were better, but it was just like a more opportune spot by a good team. An example, Infamous. We got first, second, etc. So going into this event, it was something that we always wanted to do. It just never happened. And then we were looking for a fourth, and I figured, why not Ninja? He played really well at the event that I went to with him, and it was just a good teammate overall. So we ended up going to the event. He played extremely well. We all played extremely well, and we ended up winning the event. Gonna switch over to one of my most memorable moments. Hold on, let's back this up. So this is the end.
And the players are standing up. There's the congratulations. Give it up for your Warrior Squad, MLG's first ever Halo 4 champion.
So that was just the most memorable part, like going back to it and remember watching that. I haven't won a tournament since, unfortunately. So like I'm gonna continue remembering that. And I've always got a MLG Rally to go back to as well. That was a fun event. So there we all are together. The winning ceremonies or whatever. Yeah, it was a fun event. Going on to the next couple of AGLs, we ended up placing second. I think at all of them. I don't remember another placing. We might have gotten third at one, but it was just it was like a solid team. We ended up placing very well. And then in the summer, like beginning of the summer, actually it was like before that, where it just felt like Ninja and I didn't really get along together well. It had nothing to do with much of what the community perspected as like what was the main problem. It was just that we lost respect for each other, I guess, from teaming with each other for such a long time, and that just ended up like hurting our team. An example, I would be a little shit to him. I would do stuff that would get him angry because I was not respectful towards him. I would do things like no-scope him across the map in a game of matchmaking. But I ended up like doing stuff like this because like we kind of just like lost respect for each other. I'm not really getting to a main point, but an example would be like I'd ask him, because he was a streamer, like of course he has his really good known stream, I'd be like, hey, whenever I get on and play, can you stop focusing on your stream and focus on like what we can do to improve? And he just never responded well to that. Every matchmaking game, it'd be like I'm playing a game and he's playing with his stream. He's like talking to them and having his fun, and I'm basically like just playing by myself and not getting any better. So I don't know. It just we ended up starting to not like each other, and things went on. I thought we'd go to the next event together. I don't remember what event it was, but I ended up getting dropped right before it. Goofy was going on a 2-week-long vacation, so I figured there's no reason to drop me. They're not going to end up getting a good fourth that they can practice with, so let's go to this last event together, and then if we don't place well, we'll break up. Well, I ended up getting dropped right before that. Um, I didn't want a team change to happen yet. I felt like we were good enough to at least get top 2, probably maybe first if we play well. Even though we didn't like each other, like we were still a great team. So going on to the next event, I was a free agent. Classic offered me a spot with Russo, Shig, and Miquin. I ended up taking that spot on their team in place of Best Man. The reason I did this was because I saw the great potential in their team. They ended up getting like top 6 with Best Man, who hadn't played Halo 4 at all yet, and they hadn't really played Halo 4 that much yet. So I ended up thinking that they were a great team, and they really were. We got second at our first event, second or third at our first event, third. Yeah, third with the. We lost the status quo in some close games. Just a really good event. Really fun teaming with them. And then in between the next event, Roy came back into the scene, and he wanted a spot on our team in place of Russo. He and I got brought up into the call like probably like 12 hours after it was announced to Shig and Miquin, and I was like, no, I don't want it to happen. I like our team. It's not gonna happen. And after a lot of like thought went into it, and just a lot of everything, I ended up saying okay. Like I reviewed a lot of his games. I made sure that he was still up to speed, and it was a really hard decision, but it just ended up happening. So going to the next event, UMG Chicago, we played well. We got second place. We beat Warriors in the game 5. We beat them like 50-23 or something ridiculous. Roy went 19-3. I think that was the only game he went positive the entire event, and he ended up getting MVP for that event, and that just was pretty upsetting to me since I felt like I played the best on the team at that event. Oh well. So right after the event, we're sitting there in our hotel room and we're talking. We're like, yeah, this is going to be so much fun. We're going to go to the next event. We're going to do well. We all like each other. We have no reason not to like each other. And I'm dropped. Didn't see it coming out of left field. I can't even think of who I got. I got dropped for APG. Again, APG filled my role on Warriors as well. I don't feel like I was on Warriors. I was dropped for APG. I was dropped from the team, and then they picked up APG, I feel. But this situation, they ended up dropping me for APG because they wanted to pick up APG. So I was like, alright, that sucks, whatever. So I ended up going to a team with Infamous, which the last event was me, Nated, Lethal, and Goofy. And for all of you guys who haven't seen it, a funny picture right here. I can't enlarge in it, but it is just like some randomly photoshopped pictures that Nated put into his stream. There's lots of good laughs. Well, not really much to say about it, just some funny. So what else? Going on to the next event, AGL 8, really fun event, probably my most memorable to date of the AGLs. We felt like we were going to win it. It seemed like we were going to win it. We went to the event, ended up 3-0ing Ambush in really close games. I'll have to say that before I ended up going on, because I lost to Status Quo and AGL 7 in really close games, and I felt like we were the better team. And in AGL 8, we ended up beating Ambush in 2 really close games and a 5-0 because we beat them on the worst game type. It happens. But I feel like we were both like evenly matched. Like it was a really evenly matched game series. Game 1. Actually, let's back up. Let's go versus our game versus Classic. So of course, Roy dropping. It was really Roy dropping me from that team. Chicken Big One just went along with it. It was Roy's idea. I'm not gonna get into it. I don't really care. But whenever I was going versus him, I was like, I'm gonna beat him. He's the one person I'm gonna beat. Every time I kill him, every time anything happens, I'm gonna scream at him, and he's gonna get upset. So it's just funny to go against him like that, and to think that every time I killed him, it definitely makes me try a lot harder. Every time I see his name, I just want to like outBR him, I want to outplay him, I want to do whatever it is to beat him, and it's a feeling that just makes me play better. So we ended up beating them 3-2, really close series. I feel like we were just playing bad. I was actually really sick in the middle of the game, or at the beginning of the series and through the entire series. I remember Game 5, Skyline, it was like 49-42. I literally did not call out anything the entire game because of how sick I was. And it's like FaZe was so hyped. He was like, "Let's go, Ryan, come on, follow me. We're gonna get the last kill, follow me. We see them trapped in the space. They don't know we're coming from here, follow me." And I was like, I responded with, "Okay." Like, I'm one of the most hyped people in the game whenever it comes to like getting my team hyped, and I was just so sick for this series that I felt really bad for my team that we ended up almost losing it because of it. So we ended up getting the last kill. I almost choked on it. And we're up like 49-44 by that time, so it wouldn't have been a big deal. I think we still would have won. So going on to the next, I think the next 5 hour, we had a 5 hour break before our next game versus Ambush. During this time, I went back to the hotel room, slept for like 3 hours, and felt great. It felt like really good going into the series against the Ambush. And when Game 1, I was still really, I was like waking up. I don't think I warmed up that much, if at all. So we ended up like trading caps every second. Like, it was like a 5-minute game, and it was like 5-4. And a weird game to be a part of. Game 2, Simplex Slayer, I clutched the game like 3 times. One of my like proudest moments. Like, it was like one of my most individual games of my career, where I literally just like saved the game for us. We were losing by like 10. Overshield was coming up. I got a double on OS, and we ended up getting the OS. Later on, we ended up getting another OS to keep us in the game. We were still down like 10 kills. And then the third OS that came up, I ended up getting another double kill on it, saving the OS, and we got OS and came back with it 150-49. Goofy traded for the 50th kill. Ridiculous game. Go back and watch it. And then Game 3, we ended up 5-0ing him. Some interesting detail from my perspective is there's always a lot of mistakes going on. Although it was a 5-0, it was a really close. It seemed like a really close 5-0 for a couple of the arms. There was like 5 seconds left, and they were going for the disarm, and like one of my Goofy rocketed himself with rocket, like had a clear kill on the bomb guy and just messed up. I don't know what happened. I think he like jumped off of on Station 9, jumped in from one of the doors, like jumped backwards and shot off the ceiling or something, like something hanging down from the ceiling. Anyway, he died, and then I ended up like getting a really good grenade on him and cleaning him up. Later in the game, I like stuck the guy on the bomb, and then we ended up killing the next guy on the bomb. It was just like amazing, like random clutch plays throughout the game. We ended up winning. I want to speed this up. Going versus Status Quo later, because yeah, that was the winner semis. Winners finals, we ended up 3-0ing them so fast. It was ridiculous. I don't know what happened. I don't know how they got there, because they seemed like a really bad under-practiced team. I think Requiem just had a bad game. They ended up coming back through the losers bracket. We're going up against Requiem in the finals. If we beat them, we've beaten every team at the event. That's noticeably good. And I wanted it to be a best of 11. Make it. They ended up being 2 best of 5s. That doesn't matter. They beat us like 3-1 in the first set. I don't even remember the scores. The only thing I'm going to take away from it is Ninja played really well. Legit was the most consistent on the team throughout the entire event, and Ninja was the MVP of the event. I'll give him that. In the past, I've always made fun of him for his mistakes. He's a really good player. He's just not consistent at all. And at that event, he made the right choice every time, and that's what led him to win. We made a couple of mistakes. Oh well, but congrats to Ninja for that event. He played outstanding, his best event of his life. Hopefully, I want to see him do it again because I enjoy good play. I hope I get to beat him while he's at his best, etc. So again, just shout out to him. Played amazing. So Halo 4 Global Championships. here's where I'm going to slow it down, and I'm going to take a different stance than everybody else, and I was thinking this the entire time while I was there. And I mean, I don't want to sound like I'm not grateful that it happened, because I mean, it was a good thing. It's a good thing that it happened, but I have a lot of complaints. Alright, before, like, right when the tournament got announced, the prize pool, $200,000 for first, $75,000 for second, 10, 5, like, 3, 2, 1, whatever. Crappy, terrible, holy god, you would never play in a poker tournament with that odds. Like, unless you had, like, if you had to put, like, all your money to get to a flight to go there, like, the amount of money that we had to spend to go there, to hope for a chance to win the money, it was just terrible odds for us to go. We shouldn't have gone. Like, if anything, we should have split like $300,000 between the top 16 players, and we would have been set. Like, that'd be like a salary for us for what we're doing. I don't know. I just didn't like that. Going on to it, I don't know whether it's Virgin Gaming. Shout out to Carl. He's awesome. He didn't really have much to do here. It was more the other guys. I don't know if Virgin Gaming is not experienced with running tournaments, or if they're jackasses. But one of the two is probably correct, because for some reason I could not figure out who I was playing against, when, what game type it was on, what was the bracket like. Does this game matter? Is this game just for seeding? Is this game is this game a 6-man FFA? I could not figure out what the hell was going on. And when running a tournament, that is so unprofessional. I walked up, they had one slip of paper that had everything on it. Now, there's a couple of ways to go around this. You can put this on like a big billboard so everyone can see what's going on, or you can put it online, or you can do something of this measure. But instead they kept it to themselves. And on the first day I'm sitting there like, hey, can I look at this paper? Like, this looks like a really good paper for me to know. I need to memorize this paper. I need to know what's going on for me. And then I didn't know what round I was at like an hour and a half later, and I walk back up and I'm like, hey, can I see this paper? I want to know what's going on. I want to know when I play. I want to know what I'm playing against. I want to know what I'm doing. I want to know how this tournament is ran, because I literally have no idea. I'm literally sitting down and playing FFAs and hoping I win. Because what if I take like 5th in a seeding FFA, and then first, I don't know. I know that's how one of the players actually thought they got disqualified because they thought they were knocked out when they really weren't. It was just really unprofessionally ran, and it made me sad while I was there. So yeah, but and a couple of other things, and this is just from my perspective. I felt like 343 was just throwing money at us and saying, here, we're saving Halo, take this money please, just give us praise. That's really what it seemed like they were doing. They were just saying, hey, it's a $200,000 tournament, everybody watch because it's a $200,000 tournament. It didn't feel like it was like, we're saving Halo, guys, we care about you guys. It just felt like, here's $200,000, be happy. Unlike AGL, who actually cares about the community, who actually cares about what's going on, again, it just felt like they were just doing it for worth throwing money at you. I believe that's all I have to say about that. The last thing we're going to go on to is my next team. Who's going to be my next team? What's going on? I actually don't quite know. I know that before all of the team changes happened, I got offered a spot by Classic. I was on Infamous. It was me, APG, Lethal, and Goofy, and I was quite content with this team. Although I didn't want to team with APG because I haven't had good experiences with him. I'm not a friend of his. I just didn't want to team with him again. I ended up being kind of forced by my teammates, although I didn't really care about it. Whatever. It was weird to be a part of. So I ended up being offered a spot by Classic to fit Roy's spot. It was me, Straight Sick, Chig, and Mikwin. we're going to be the 4. And I said, no, I'd rather stick it out with my team, see what's up. Because I really hate team changes. Even though I've been on like a different team every event, I really don't like team changes. I've been like the last person to go with a team change. A week later, I find out that Lethal and APG ended up going to team with Enable and Hines. Good luck to them on Dynasty. So now me and Goofy are trying to figure out what's going on. I still have the spot offered by Classic, but there's still a lot of things that we need to figure out what's going on. So that's an update from me. Update from past couple of AGLs and such. Probably gonna do a couple more YouTube videos if this one goes well, etc. Comment, let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. Tweet me at what you'd like me to do a vlog on. If you have any good ideas for YouTube videos that you'd like to see me do, go ahead and do that. Basically all of that. So, I don't have anything else to talk about. Thank you guys for watching. I'll be streaming with the team, hopefully announced soon. We got to figure out what's going on for AGL Indy. Remember, 10,000 guaranteed, plus more possible prize pool. Biggest AGL event that's happened so far. Everyone go to it. There's no reason not to. And I'm out.